Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Maryse.
and you are going in Raw.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that little tiny bell they got going on there to notify you whenever there's new Going In Raw content. And the download or subscribe button, depending on which podcast app you're using, it really helps boost the profile of the show and and puts us on your phone, regardless of whether or not you really want that particular episode.
Yeah.
Where else are we, Larson?
Patreon.com/Steven Larson. We updated it about a week ago. 2 weeks ago, sorry.
Yeah, we got like 60 people watching our live stream right now.
Correct.
They're all $5 and up monthly patrons. That's best value right there.
Yes.
Because, you know, they get to chime in, watch the live stream, let us know when our color temperature isn't quite right.
Yeah.
Right now, I think our color temperature is fine.
Yes.
Yeah, and we also do a bonus episode every week for those $5 and up patrons.
Yes, we're also at Pro Wrestling Tees at prowrestlingtees.com/goinginraw. 10 designs right now. 12
Nay, 12
designs will be up hopefully by the end of the week.
I'm just thinking, you know, by the Money in the Bank live stream, which we're going to be doing our live stream reactions to Money in the Bank this coming Sunday, probably around 4:30, maybe pre-show-ish.
Yeah. Keep in mind, though, that we will not be showing the actual pay-per-view on our stream. The frame will be on us, and that will be the frame for the duration of the stream.
So what we're looking at with that particular frame will probably be couch, us, maybe my dog, on occasion my child, and nothing more. Like there will be background, this space right here you see here.
We might have food.
Yeah, there might be food available
and
for us to eat. And beverages. You might hear my wife say something derogatory towards me or you or both of us. You're ridiculous. This is stupid. That, you know, but that's going to be it. There will be no airing of the pay-per-view itself.
None.
$10. I think you can probably get it for free, given whatever promotion they have.
They're doing a promotion. Free for
a month.
You go.
Free. Anyways, there's always going to be some wise joker.
Yeah.
In the chat saying, show me the pay-per-view.
It's usually turn the camera towards your TV.
That's my favorite.
Me too.
Turn the camera towards the TV.
Anyway,
I came here to watch Backlash.
Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Money in the Bank is Sunday. Last night we had Raw.
Yeah, Raw has nothing to do with Money in the Bank.
None.
The next pay-per-view we're getting from Raw is Great Dick Heads of Fire.
No, they changed the logo.
Great Bell Ends of Fire.
They changed the logo.
They didn't change the name, though.
No, I know.
They still got the, you rattle my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah, so anyways, Raw in a nutshell. I thought started very strong.
Oh, the first segment was awesome.
And fell off a cliff probably after like the first time. I thought once they hit like the women's segment, I thought it started falling a bit off a cliff.
See, I didn't have cable or internet all day yesterday after I got home from your place.
Oh, no.
So I didn't get to watch Raw last night. Thankfully, my cable had returned to service by the time I got up this morning, so I was able to watch Raw, but in an abridged form. I had to fast forward through a lot to get everything in the hour and a half I had to watch it.
Yeah.
So the hour and a half version was relatively enjoyable.
You know what's funny is that, so I'm looking at it right now and I can pinpoint the black hole. It was from the women's segment through the bear. All that is the black hole. And that was probably about an hour. Because then we had Neville versus Rich Swann, which was good. we had the Cass stuff is going on far too long.
Mm-hmm.
They need to move on with that. But I thought that was fine because the club won. And then everything after that was fine. It was whatever. I mean, I had some issues with their main event. The main event was crap. Not crap, but
no, the match itself was fine. Just the finish was kind of.
You know, one thing I don't like when they do best 2 out of 3 falls is when the first fall comes in an abnormally short amount of time. It should be like, a normal match is 10 minutes. Let's say it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's when the first fall should come.
The first fall should be then, and then...
Not like 2 minutes into the match.
I agree.
So weird. Anyways.
Well, let's start with the opening segment.
Which was great.
It was fantastic.
Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar come to the ring. Who's going to complain about that? So Paul Heyman starts, doing his little speech about Samoa Joe and about his experience being placed in the coquina clutch, and how he had been thinking about Brock and what's going to happen when this happens to Brock, and et cetera, et cetera. So Joe comes down, and
well, I mean, Paul calls Joe a coward essentially. For attacking him.
Yeah, totally.
And he said that Joe wouldn't. He wouldn't stand up to Brock, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Joe do? He comes on out to the ring, face to face with
We
Brock.
get a great like face to face shot of him and Brock, and then he bumps chests.
No, he headbutts him.
Oh, was that a headbutt?
He headbutts him.
I was looking like the thing is, but their chests are so prominent. It looked like he went in like sort of chest first.
No,
but there was a headbutt.
He
there.
headbutted
All right,
him.
good.
So they start brawling.
Confirmed headbutt.
They start brawling. Kurt Angle comes out to the ramp. A bunch of referees come out to try to break him up. Of course, that's not going to work.
No, it was great too because Brock just started laying into those refs. So did Joe, but Brock started like laying into.
It was fantastic. So
those refs were taking some nasty bumps.
The Raw locker room comes out in an attempt to break him up.
Yeah.
At first, they can't do it because Joe plants a awesome super kick.
Oh yeah.
Right on Brock's face.
That was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Eventually, they managed to separate Joe from Brock. Great segment. Raw should have been 3 hours of them fighting.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It should have been. And I was very I thought this was a great segment. The great way to start
This is how
Raw.
you book Samoa Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. That's the way to do it.
So it's time for our weekly odds for Samoa Joe to win the Universal title. What are your weekly odds?
I mean, I want it to be 50-50. That's what I want it to be.
I think at this point it's 50-50.
No, it's not.
No?
No.
Why is that?
Joe's probably got a 10% chance.
Yeah, this isn't going to be... Okay, how about this? What about weekly odds that this is going to be a Brock Lesnar squash match?
Oh, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't think that's going to be the case at all.
I don't think that's going to be the case at all.
But that's a danger when you're dealing with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Look at Randy Orton. I didn't think I was
I
going to be
know.
Orton.
But Randy could take that kind of defeat and not
Randy
suffer.
could take 3 years of nothing but squash defeats, and he'd still be Randy Orton. Yeah,
Samoa Joe needs a strong showing against Brock Lesnar to really establish him on the main roster.
Yeah, I love that, though. He just laid into Brock.
Oh, I know. It's great.
It was fantastic. God, it was so good. I love Samoa Joe.
He's the best.
And then how do you not like this? Cut to the Drifter in the middle of the ring. I mean, after commercial. Drifter's there in the middle of the ring. And what did he say about Louisiana? He said, Louisiana, laughing stock, get me out of here.
Something like that.
I think he called it a laughing stock.
Yeah.
He says, I want to get out of here. Oh, it was great. I loved it.
Dean Ambrose interrupts his song, though.
Well, he starts singing about Dean Ambrose and how he's, I don't know, I forget what he said, but it was great. Dean Ambrose interrupts him. They get into a match. The Miz comes down. He distracts Dean Ambrose. And the Drifter picks up. Man, that neck breaker has booked pretty strong. If you can get a 1-2-3 on Dean Ambrose with your finisher, that's a strong finisher right there.
It is.
That's good.
So where do you see this program going? Do you think the Drifter is going to get an Intercontinental title shot?
Well, Dean doesn't hold the Intercontinental title anymore.
Well, not right now.
That's got to be
change.
Not a great balls, surely.
You don't think the Miz could drop the Intercontinental title back to Dean at Great Balls of Fire?
If I'm going to stick with my prediction that we're going to get Samoa Joe versus Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam, which I don't think we're going to get because Samoa Joe right now is with Brock Lesnar. I don't know. He's not going to go from one title down to the lower title in like a month span.
You wouldn't think so.
No, that's not going to happen. Who walks into SummerSlam? I think it's possible. I mean, it's 50-50. I don't think it's like I don't think it's more likely than Miz retaining, though. Do you? No, I don't think so. In fact, I kind of think that Miz is going to walk away from this feud with the IC title.
Probably.
Well, I mean, what's Dean done to justify keeping that title?
Who would he face at SummerSlam then?
Who, Dean?
No, Miz, if he were Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, I don't know. Finn? Who's Finn going to face? Bray, probably?
Well, I mean, like the latest rumors I read about SummerSlam is they're going to do a four-way match for the Universal title.
For the Universal title?
So it'd be Brock, Braun, Finn, and I think Seth.
That'd be a bad idea. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
No, I don't like it either.
Where'd you read that rumor? Was that Scoops? Scoops Patreon?
No. Maybe cage side seats. Hold on.
Oh, okay. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, I think so. I read it this morning.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
I don't like that idea at all. It's the Universal Championship. It should be one-on-one. And it shouldn't be on Brock at the time. It should be on Samoa Joe. So anyways, what else do we have? Then we had another Goldust promo. I'm glad that later on when R-Truth gave his promo, he didn't like say the Pulp Fiction lines again. Somebody's listening.
Yeah.
Whoever's producing that particular storyline is listening.
Yeah.
So that's good. But Goldust did his thing. I mean, I guess they're going to fight at Great Balls of Fire. I don't really care about it though, to be honest with you. I like Goldust too. Goldust is great. But I just don't care about like every week we just get these sort of, you know.
Well, I mean,
it was funny though. We're watching In Your House 3, and they announced the debut. They said, "Oh, coming up in the next In Your House, the mysterious Goldust is making his debut." I was like, "Oh, that's some good symmetry right there."
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it is, it was whatever. He quoted Cool Hand Luke this time.
Oh, what we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. You a big Paul Newman fan?
Paul Newman was good.
He was great, man. He was awesome. Him and Redford were the king shits. Let's see here. Miz and Kurt Angle backstage. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was yelling at Miz for interfering in that match. And then Miz was like, "Well, I wouldn't have had to do that if last week you hadn't." He was like, "Maryse is still mad at me."
Oh yeah, they played that up. Right before the tag match too, where Miz goes in, and it was great because Miz goes in to kiss Maryse and she turns her face, and Heath Slater's in the background laughing at the Miz.
It was really cute.
It was pretty cool.
I love Miz and Maryse.
Sorry, I was looking up the four-way rumors, but I can't find it. So maybe I might have dreamed it. I don't know.
You probably dreamed it, man. You're all fantasy booking in your dreams. That's weird. I dreamt about a bear last night. I forget in what context though.
Wait, a bear?
Yeah, I think it was a scary dream too. Anyways, then we had Miz was basically, and Kurt Angle, it was great because Kurt Angle also said, "Don't talk to me in that tone of voice."
Yeah, it was good to see Kurt Angle as more than just facilitator.
Right. So then we had Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar backstage. This I thought was a very clever segment. I like this.
Yeah.
This was really good
with Alicia Fox.
Here's my thing. None of the matches, save for the women's tag match, I don't think any of the matches felt like a black hole necessarily. I mean, the bear thing was a big risk. It was a gimmick thing, and it was fine. I was fine with it. It just went on a little too long.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, the matches were all pretty, like, to the point. It wasn't like we're coming back and we're like, oh my God, why is this match like 10 minutes long? Like, all the matches were relatively brief when they needed to be.
Yeah.
And I love that they had the tag team match in the main event. I really liked that.
Yeah.
That was, placing
that was a
important
good
time.
idea.
Anyway, Cedric Alexander was with Noam Dar backstage. Noam Dar was FaceTiming Alicia Fox, who was nursing injuries.
A neck injury.
And she was doing what you would expect Alicia Fox to do, rambling on and on and on, not letting Noam Dar get off the phone.
Yeah.
And Cedric Alexander was trying to tell Noam Dar, look, I'm done with you. I'm done with my ex-girlfriend. I'm done with all that.
Yes.
I don't want anything to do with this anymore. Nevertheless, they still ended up in a match together.
Yes. Which Cedric Alexander won basically immediately.
Because Noam Dar comes down to the ring and Alicia Fox will not let him off the phone.
And in fact, they put Alicia Fox
the FaceTime feed up on the Titantron, and the whole crowd could hear her ranting and raving away, saying, "You better not hang up on me.
I know.
What are you doing? You better not hang up on me." And so he puts her He puts her down there in the corner saying, I'm not hanging up on you.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he turns around, Cedric Alexander murders him with a massive lumbar check.
It was great.
It was fantastic. Again, gimmicky match, but it was funny. It worked perfectly for the segment, for what they were doing. I was happy with this 100%. Like Raw, I don't know. Like besides that, I thought that Raw was relatively strong. It's just you had a lot of crap happening there in the middle that we just went on to. There were some things that just went on a little too long. Next up, we had a Hardy Boys interview where Matt.
No, you skipped Bray Wyatt's promo. He started on the Titantron, walked out to the ring.
Skip this. Yeah.
I still can't find where I read about the SummerSlam 4-way match.
It's on your head, man.
It could be.
Look, you're acting like me now. Just let it go. Let it go. Color timing's off. Let it go.
Okay.
You don't want to be a hypocrite.
Well, I mean, I cited a source, and it's not the case, and you know, I want to get things right.
It's all right, man. It's okay. You can say you read something somewhere and then not cite it.
Well, I mean, that's the journalistic thing to do. We're journalists, Steve.
Yeah, I know, but in this day and age, none of that matters. Anyways,
Bray Wyatt.
Freaking NBC's about to interview Alex Jones.
Ugh.
I know, right? It's gross.
Bray Wyatt started a promo on the Titantron.
Yeah.
Comes down to the ring. Mm-hmm. Continues his promo. Calls out Seth Rollins. Seth comes out.
Yeah.
They go back and forth a little bit verbally, and then lights go out. Bray teleports.
Yeah.
And then Seth.
Oh, I know. I love that. That's great. He's so bad at that.
I know.
He's not good at because it's weird. Like when he was doing it as if somebody was supposed to jump him from behind.
I know.
Because his field of view was like 180 degrees. He wasn't looking back here. And so it's like, okay, is somebody going to attack him from behind? But then no, he showed up on the Titantron. So why wasn't he looking everywhere?
I know. Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
So he was being really kind of silly. It was,
it was all over the top.
Not everybody's a great actor. But I thought him and Bray had some strong stuff.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised they put, maybe not, because it's kind of a, if you're reading up on the dirt sheets, but the whole Bray Wyatt JoJo divorce thing, I'm surprised that they put him out there in the ring. Like, for example, when Xavier Woods and the Page tape leaked, they didn't put him in the ring for like 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. I think all the way up to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But they did. No, nobody really tripped about anything. Poor Bray. That sucks, man, when your personal business is all over the place. Oh, man. Got to get a divorce attorney now, man. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, alimony, man. It's a pain in the ass. I want to pay money, man.
Now, Hardy Boys
lonely.
Interview.
I get lonely, man.
Hardy Boys interview.
Yeah, no, zero sign of the broken stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that they addressed the broken stuff on.
They had an interview
with
on
Corey Graves.
Yeah,
I think it was a part of the Bring It to the Table, or maybe they just uploaded it to the network as its own thing. I'm not sure.
Was it during that interview where Matt said it's not a matter of
if but
when? Yeah,
yeah. He says we're getting it all sorted out. I like that. You know what? It's just stop teasing it. Just get your business sorted out. If we don't get it, we don't get it.
Yeah,
I'd rather him not tease it. And us not but like we said, I don't think the WWE would let him do the next version of it. But you think they let him do something that's like
interesting
out of this? Like they have to. They can't just stick around and be a nostalgic act. They can't just do that.
I know.
No bueno.
I know.
I'll be doing that.
I know. After that, we had Apollo Crews versus Kalisto.
Yeah.
Relatively quick match. Akira Tozawa was sitting ringside.
Oh, I loved this.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
And the selfie afterwards was great. I am so on board with Titus Brand. It's amazing.
It is.
We were both on Titus Brand from the get.
Yes. Apollo Crews wins with a power bomb, and afterwards, Titus brings Akira Tozawa into the ring.
He lifts him up over the barrier, and he's kind of ragdolling him. And Akira Tozawa has no idea what's really going on.
He sells it marvelously. It's so great.
He does, and then they all do a selfie. And Apollo's as happy as can be, and Titus is happy. And Akira Tozawa looks so confused.
It's great.
It was really, really good. I was really happy with it. Let's see here. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Next,
I consider using that for the thumbnail.
Yes.
Brock and Samoa Joe.
Next, Heath Slater and Rhino are backstage eating cheese and crackers.
Man, every time I see this, it makes me want easy cheese. You're not huge on easy cheese?
No, it's gross.
It is gross, but it's kind of like, are you a fan of candy corn?
No.
Really?
No.
See, I love candy corn up until it grosses me out.
That's instantly for me.
But I have to eat enough of it to gross me out. And it's not like an obscene amount. It's like a handful. I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then when I get done with a handful, I like have one more, and I'm like, the hell am I putting diarrhea in my mouth for? It's gross.
Nasty.
You don't like candy corn?
No.
At
never
all?
Have. Never have.
I like biting the little tip off.
No, it's gross.
That sounded more sexual than it should have. Anyways, so they're backstage. The Miz comes up to them and says he wants Rhino for his partner first.
No, I think he just asks Heath.
Oh, okay.
And says, I want you to join my entourage.
Okay, I was sort of half paying attention, and then I started paying attention.
And then Rhino's saying the whole time he already has a partner.
Yeah.
And Miz says, okay, because he says, you know,
when I was a kid, all I wanted
dreamed
was
of getting the Intercontinental title, and the Miz says, all right, at some point in the future, I'll see about getting you an Intercontinental title shot.
I'll do it
if you help me out.
Right, right.
And Rhino says, well, let's have a tag team match tonight. Slater and Rhino against Miz and a partner of Miz's choosing.
Sure.
So booked for later.
Good.
Rhino is a spot in the booking committee because he just made a match.
Yeah, I know. It was great. And once again, well, he's been around forever. So
well, he also said he's going to talk to Kurt Angle.
EC Dub. EC Dub. I wonder if Rhino was there that night when... No, probably not. That was way early.
Yeah, that was 96.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so then again, you know, Miz has to find a freaking partner.
Yes.
For that.
Yes. Next, Alexa Bliss came out, dropped a promo.
Correct.
And then Nia Jax came out. Mickie James, Dana Brooke came out. Emma came out. Sasha Banks came out.
To a huge pop.
Yes.
Yeah. What is this lacking? This is lacking something, and I don't know what it is.
We talked about this briefly before we started, and I think we both appreciate that Raw is trying to do what SmackDown has been doing with our women's division, is to build up the depth by getting talents on TV on a more regular basis. And that's a good thing. Because for so long, it seemed like the Raw women's division was, especially before the Superstar Shakeup, was Sasha and Charlotte.
Right. And
everybody else, and Nia occasionally. Everybody else struggled to get on TV on a regular basis. So I like that they're trying to do something.
No, me too. Mickie
get
James
everybody
and Dana
involved
Brooke together.
Yes.
No, I agree. I think my thing is they stumbled so hard with the Bayley stuff.
Yes.
That it's hard. I think it's just them finding their footing again.
Yes.
Creatively speaking, and
see, I thought this segment wasn't bad, but it was missing something until Sasha came out, and then it picked up.
Yeah, she's out of the doghouse. Because she, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that 205 Live thing was her in the doghouse or them just simply trying to get. Did you see somebody tweeted at us the latest? And I'm going to wait for the Observer. The latest ratings, and it said 205 Live was at number 3 this week.
Oh,
this
really?
Past week. I do not know if like that's for reals.
Yeah.
And in fact, it said something like live, not VOD. So maybe those were just the number of viewers on the network watching live at the time. For example, if somebody, if like, you know, 10,000 people or whatever watching 205 Live.
This was last week, the Neville Perkins main event, right?
Yeah. So I really hope that's the case.
Me too.
I'm going to wait for the Observer. I don't know what official channels they go through to find the. Maybe it's if you're a shareholder or something, you have access to certain information.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know either.
Somebody knows. Let us know.
Yes, please.
I want ratings.
So I felt like once Sasha came out during that segment, it greatly amplified the excitement.
Yeah, I know. I think I just want to fast forward to whatever the actual feud is going to be here.
Oh, I think that's going to be Alexa Sasha at SummerSlam.
What do we get, like Alexa and Nia Jax at Great Balls, or are they going to put that off? Because that's kind of a lot. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. You don't. You just want to do one pay-per-view with it?
Or they might do a triple threat or fatal 4-way or something.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this match was whatever. It's got Emma in it. I love Emma. She's great.
Yeah. Oh,
I want them. She needs a title.
Yes.
Put a damn title on her and stop getting injured, Emma.
6-woman tag match. Faces versus heels.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss walks out on her team.
She went, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm not doing this anymore.
And Sasha picked up the win with a bank statement on Emma.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I hope this leads to Sasha versus Alexa.
I think it will.
Sooner than later. That'd be great.
Next, Finn Balor package.
Did not watch this. Did not care.
I don't know why he hasn't been on Raw. He wasn't on
Finn-
Raw last week, was he?
Yeah, was he?
He's doing something. He was just in Japan.
Oh,
so I don't know if it was a press.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Okada. On
yeah. I don't know if he had scheduled time off or it was a press thing. I don't know.
Man.
Either way, after that was a Bayley interview with Corey Graves.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
This started off promising.
A little bit odd.
But then she mentioned that when she started training, she had a journal, which that's fine. But it was going. The interview started where it felt like they were taking Bayley kind of back to her NXT roots in terms of her character.
Basically saying, I am who I am. I'm not going to come here to hurt people. I'm here
to win.
To win. And yeah, exactly. And she says, I realize I'm not going to do that with hugs, but also you can't expect me to be, essentially Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. But then for some reason, that mention of the journal just harkened back to the This Is Your Life segment.
I know.
And in her journal, she wrote down, I want to be the best, which is a very kind of nebulous statement to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought, if it's not concrete,
Yeah.
If she had written, I want to be the champion, okay, that's something
goal.
Like real you can achieve and hold in your hand. That's a goal. I know.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was horrible when they ended it on a hug.
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
Because I was like, the vibe I got from it was, are they going to do a crazy thing now? Are they going to do a thing where she's like a little weird and she's like asking for hugs at inappropriate times? Is Bayley messed up in the head now? Is that where they're going with this? Because that's the exact wrong direction to take that.
It really is.
Can we end this on a hug? And then Corey Graves is like doing the Seinfeld Kesha thing. You saw that? You said that was great. No, I'm good. Oh man, yeah. I wrong.
It started off promising, really promising. And then
because they lingered on the hug and they cut to Corey Graves with an odd look on his face, and they cut to Bayley and it was like she needed a hug, and that shouldn't really be the thing, That shouldn't be she's weird, she needs a hug, because then it's just the girl who smells like paste at that point. Putting glue on her hands and eating it.
Yeah.
I like the feeling when you start peeling it off, though. But, I'm not 10 years old. I'm not 10 years old anymore. Really? You never did that?
No, I did it.
Yeah, okay.
When I was 8.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, not now. I don't do it now.
No.
Although I'm sure once Bama reaches of age to start playing with Elmer's glue, I'm going to be doing that all day long. Hello, Clarice. Taking my fingerprints off. Anyways, moving on. Next up, we had Slater and Rhino, former SmackDown Tag Team Champions,
against Miz, and his tag team partner ended up being the Bear from last week.
Right.
And so the match went on. At one point, the Miz was convinced that the Bear was Ambrose, and so he took the head off the Bear, and it was not Ambrose.
Yeah.
The Bear is not Dean Ambrose.
The Bear is not Dean Ambrose.
Miz gets back in the ring, and then there's some sort of Bear twin magic thing happening.
It was like Earl and Dave Hebner.
Yes.
Or Kurt Angle and Brother
Or
Angle.
the Bella Twins.
Or the Bella Twins, yeah.
Because the Bear gets back in the ring, and then it is Dean Ambrose.
That Bear was Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Bear is Dean Ambrose.
The Bear is Dean Ambrose.
That Bear, in fact, was Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, so he...
because before it wasn't.
No.
Right.
So Ambrose Bear gives Slater dirty deeds.
Yeah.
He takes the head off, revealing himself to be Dean Ambrose Bear.
Oh, that was Dean Ambrose Bear.
Yeah. Okay. And in the ring.
In the ring.
In the ring. He charges towards the Miz. The Miz, avoiding Dean's charge, knocks Maryse off the apron.
Oh, yeah.
Maryse storms up the
ramp.
She
fell on her posterior. That means butthole.
Well, it means butt.
Right, hole.
Butt.
Hole.
And then Dean gives Miz a dirty deeds. Puts Slater on top of the Miz for the win.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then Miz has to, once again, Miz and Maryse. Dean is ruining Miz's home life at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wowie wow.
I know.
I like it, though. Maryse is cute as hell. She's so charming. Let's see here. Then we had
Neville versus Rich Swann. This match never got started.
No, it didn't. It was great. He destroyed Richard Swann. And then he got on the promo and called out Akira Tozawa. This is going to be good.
I know.
Neville, this is what we wanted. Neville versus Akira Tozawa plus Titus Brand. Are you kidding me? Is this Christmas?
Feud of the year.
Is this Christmas morning now?
Seems
is that what's happening now?
I can't wait.
This is going to be fantastic.
I can't wait. Cannot wait. It's going to be great. I hope they give this feud the rest of the year.
Absolutely, man. Take this to Mania in the main event.
Yes.
This is going to be so good.
Fantastic. Next, Sheamus Cesaro interview. I didn't watch this. What happened? What did they say?
They said they're the bar.
They say that a lot.
Yeah. There's nothing going on here. It was the same deal. Fans pop for a nostalgia act, but we have a Warrior and a Superman. We're the bar. Matt and Jeff Hardy not going to win the titles. And I believe them. So it was supposed to be
the Club versus Enzo and Cass. The
Again,
Club is in the ring.
They're in the ring.
Cut backstage. Cass has been attacked yet again.
Yet again. Yeah.
Enzo comes to him, says, hey, are you all right? Mm-hmm. Cass comes to and says,
makes the point of saying,
I was hit in the back of the head. One
punch
knocked me out.
One punch knocked him out.
Who has one punch knockout power
now on,
in WWE?
Now on the power rankings, Big Show number 5, because it's not Big Show.
No.
But the fact that they're alluding to it and there's no other, they're not alluding to anybody else, could be Big Show. I think, and then of course back in the Revival make their little not too subtle cameo way in the back walking by. I mean, it's just at this point, isn't it just the Revival? I mean, how stupid is that now if it's not the Revival? Why would they be hanging out whenever he gets attacked? At this point, can we just admit that it would be so stupid if the Revival is around in the background every time somebody gets attacked and it's not them? How coincidental would that be? That's so dumb.
Well, I mean, you could. They're having them involved in that capacity to make you think it's the Revival, to throw you off.
No, I totally understand
who
that.
the actual attacker is.
But if you think about the logic of them being around every time there's an attack and it's not them, that's horribly stupid. Like, it's way too obvious and way too dumb. Mm-hmm. It's way too obvious, so it's probably not them. But at this point, if it's not them, it's horribly stupid.
I think Enzo and Cass have to be tied for number 1 now. I mean, actually, no, sorry. Cass is still number 1.
Revival is number 1.
Cass is still number 1.
Cass is number 2. Fine. We can say they're tied for number 1.
Okay.
They're both tied for number 1.
And then Enzo is 3.
How could it not be? How could it not be the Revival? Nobody's acting actually. There's no reason to believe. The only person. Yeah, Cass is number 1. But at the Revival, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Cass should be number 1, yes. But then why is he getting mad over the Big Show? Because that's not an act. That's too many layers. It's way too many layers.
I don't know.
See?
I think a lot's going to depend on who gets attacked next week.
Revival's number 1. It's the Revival. They're there every time somebody gets attacked.
Oh, I know.
If it's not them, why would they happen to be there when they get attacked?
Well, I mean,
in the storyline universe.
Well, the first 3 times there was an attack, they weren't in the vicinity of the attack. They were just in the arena.
Yeah, but, they were there.
Yeah, I know. I expect to find out next week more information.
I don't. It's going to be more frustrating.
Well, I think we'll learn a lot based on who's attacked next week.
Oh, okay. Who do you think is going to be attacked next week?
I mean, I feel like
Big Show's getting an attack
if
next
it's
week.
Cass, either that's putting it's a little much to have him continually get attacked if he's the one that actually attacked Enzo 3 weeks in a row. That's a bit too much.
Here's the thing. Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think that the one punch deal, will it end up being somebody who attacked with one punch? This is one of those things. Oh, let me ask you this. Do you think they know who it is? Do you think the writers know what the deal is?
Well, I'm sure whoever pitched the storyline had an idea who it was, knew who it was, whether that's still who it is by the time the story plays out.
Why are you so sure about that?
Well, I'm sure. I would guess that whoever came up with this idea pitched it and said, "This is who we're gonna push as a heel coming out of this."
No, man.
No, see, because I feel like the writers have an idea. It gets to Vince, and Vince is the one that second guesses everything.
Look, you and I know that they set up shit, historically speaking, all the time.
The
without
writers,
knowing the
I
outcome.
know, but I feel like, generally speaking, this is my gut. Whoever pitches these ideas, probably for the most part, will have, if not their storyline fully fleshed out, at least a general idea with a conclusion.
The average WWE writer
for a story like this, that's probably going to take
3 months.
I understand. For a story like this, it's going to take 6 weeks.
We're coming up on whoever started this leaving.
Maybe this is a new hire and this is their first idea.
That's how they got hired.
And this is a 6-week setup. So halfway through their tenure as writer, they get the setup. So the attacker is revealed halfway through their stint as a WWE writer.
I will nearly guarantee that they set this up without knowing.
No,
who
I
it
think
was.
I think whoever came up with the idea when they pitched it knew who it was. Whether that's still the case now, who knows?
Then we got an R-Truth promo. Like I said, I'm glad he went with new quotes.
Mm-hmm.
He went with some new stuff that's helpful. But I don't really care about it. He's 45. I looked this up. Ron Killings is 45. That's awesome. Like, kind of like, you don't really. He's so like, I don't want to say under the radar because everybody knows who he is. It's just nice that he's had like such a long career.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Like he's always been around.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. Anyways, Enzo and Big Show were back. So Big Show was backstage. Enzo rolls up on him and says, Cass said it was one punch. Do the writers even know if it's you or not? And he said, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, right, kid.
That's not how it went at all.
He was in Captain Insano mode.
And, Enzo asked him, for my peace of mind, tell me that you weren't the one that hit Cass.
Big Show understandably got pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Telling you, man, those writers don't know nothing.
They do.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe interview. Great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was really good.
He's fantastic.
Samoa Joe is fantastic.
I wish Raw was 3 hours of Samoa Joe.
Let me ask you something. If you could pick one book to have Samoa Joe read to you, to narrate, what would that book be?
That's a tremendous question.
Who wouldn't want to hear Othello? Give me Othello, read to me by Samoa Joe. 1776, read by Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That would be amazing.
One of those Orson Welles biographies.
Yes.
Read to me by Samoa Joe, but doing an Orson Welles impression.
So twice they ran packages saying Roman Reigns has an announcement next week for SummerSlam. What is this announcement? Is he going to retire?
His announcement is he's booked to win at SummerSlam. I don't know. Speculate. What do you think is...
Well, I'm guessing...
Hey, you know what? We'll do this in our bonus episode today.
10 things.
10 things that Roman Reigns is going to announce at SummerSlam.
I'm going to make note of that.
There you go.
Can number one be his retirement?
Bonus. Yes, number one can be his retirement. Number two, he's going to wrestle completely naked. But we have to do the rest. Yeah, we have to do the bonus episode. Those are for patrons.
And that took us to our main event.
Really?
The Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Best 2 out of 3 falls for the Raw Tag Team titles.
Yes. Oh, 2 out of 3 falls. Good.
It felt like a quick match, but they did a good job of really building up the drama.
Well, here was my problem with it, dude. Samoa Joe's interview. Let's see, where was this? What was the last? Okay.
Samoa Joe's interview was the last real segment before the tag match.
I looked at my watch.
Oh, there's 15 minutes left in the show when the introductions for the tag match started.
When I looked at my watch, you said there was 15 minutes left before 8 or before 8:10?
Before 8.
Before 8.
And then they did intros for both team, and then they went to commercial.
Okay, so I think at the Samoa Joe interview, it was around 7:40. I was like, okay, cool. So they'll give this about 20 minutes or so. The bell didn't ring until like 7:50. No, dude, it was like 7:54. It was late, super late. The first fall was pretty quick. Sheamus picked that up. with a bro kick to like the chest. It looked pretty brutal.
Oh, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy wasn't he on the turnbuckle?
Maybe.
He was.
I forget.
I think he was.
Then pretty quickly, Matt Hardy picked up a fall with a twist of fate on Cesaro. They booked that thing really strong. That's great.
Jeff hits a swanton on Sheamus, but then Cesaro pulls Sheamus out of the ring as the ref was counting the pinfall.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Everybody starts brawling on the outside. Double count out. That's the result.
Yeah.
So it's a tie.
Yeah, so champions retain.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
protects everybody, I guess.
Yeah, and I understand.
They were trying to outdo Omega Okada too.
I don't think that's the case. I understand a match like this they probably want to save for pay-per-view, but it would have been nice to see something unpredictable happen on Raw. One way or the other, whether it's the Hardys reclaiming the titles or Sheamus and Cesaro beating them clean.
You know, I know it's the Raw main event tag titles.
You want something special to happen.
Be a lot of buzz if these titles changed hands. Why not just do it and have them fight at Great Balls of Fire?
I know.
How many weeks we got left till that?
About
got a month left?
Almost a month, yeah. 4 weeks.
July
8th, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. Wow, man. Wowie wow. All right. Let's answer some questions,
My
Larson.
goodness.
I'm a mess.
Apparently.
Hooah! Wow. Let's see here. Matthew E. Williams, Esquire, the former Western States Heritage Champion, says, you guys have said you don't want to wrestle, but what about managing? What wrestler or tag team without a manager in any promotion today would you manage, and what style of manager would you be? I would manage as long as it meant I did not have to take any bumps.
Yes, no bumps.
Bumps.
No bumps.
No bumps. And because of that, I probably wouldn't want to be a manager. Because I don't want to be, if I'm going to be in wrestling, if I'm going to be a manager, then I'm going to want to do everything a manager's supposed to do. And a manager's supposed to take bumps. Otherwise, I feel like I'm letting storylines down.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't think I can take a bump. My neck's so messed up.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to take a bump. Are you kidding me?
At least not in the shape I'm in. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to get in good shape. Maybe I'll be in shape.
So you can be a manager to take a bump?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to deal with you whining about the bump you took the night prior. Coming in, man, my back hurts so bad because I took a bump. Well, why'd you do that?
I mean, it's the thrill of performing in front of the crowd, man.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a rush. Who would you manage? Put the bump thing aside.
Okay.
Somehow you don't have to take a bump ever. And it's not going to damage stories. Maybe that could be your story, that you somehow get out of taking bumps.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
To the detriment of your client.
Yeah. See, I'm too big. Like, I need somebody big. I need, like, and it'd be here in Sacramento. What's his name? Kratos.
J.R. Kratos?
Be J.R. Kratos. I don't think he talks that much. I'll talk for him. That'd be cool. Just form a faction. Who'd be in our faction?
Well, your faction. I'm going to manage somebody in my own.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to be in my faction?
No.
You can manage somebody and be in my faction. You can be our faction, dude. Come on, man. I don't want to do that without you. I don't want to be traveling the road without you. Just me and Kratos in a car together.
Well, get used to it.
All right, who are you going to manage?
The Revival.
They don't need you, man.
This could be your ringside saying, "Say yeah." I won't drop promos.
Can I manage Bray Wyatt?
There you go.
Oh, that's great. Discord club leader Adam Fella with another Patreon question. Who should Bayley feud with to bring her back to the main event scene? Terrence Thompson has the answer. Raw's creative team.
Yep.
That's who she is feuding with now. She's losing.
Mohit Bali. What are the top 5 matches you would want to see if NXT and 205 Live superstars could compete against main roster superstars right now? Neville versus Seth Rollins.
Aleister Black versus
Finn Balor.
Yeah, I was going to say Samoa Joe. I want to see Aleister Black versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yeah, that'd be good. You're up. Who's next?
I just read that question.
No, I meant he's asking for 5. We'll do
5. Okay,
we'll do 4, 2 each. Well, Asuka versus Charlotte is like big money.
Bobby Roode versus Triple H.
Yeah, because it's the same person. Universe would implode. All right, that's good.
We need one more. You can give him one more.
You can give one more?
Cedric Alexander versus AJ Styles.
Oh, that's good. That could be good. Let them do what they can do, though. Eddie Jose Guevara Menivar. Is there nothing for Roman to do at Great Balls? Is that a miracle?
He'll do something.
Yeah, he'll do something. He's going to make a SummerSlam announcement, but he's not going to make a Great Balls announcement?
Getting a little ahead of himself.
He is. He's looking past Great Balls.
I'm sure whatever he'll announce at next week for SummerSlam will impact what he does at Great Balls. Yeah. Like he'll say, I want to have a match against Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor come out. It's like, hold on.
Hold on there, buddy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Discord Club HR Department Michael Berry. If Raw were to have their own Money in the Bank match, who would be the 6 participants you would want to see? But you can't pick anyone that was in the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way. Interesting.
Oh, I like that. Wow, okay.
So it'd be Ambrose and The Miz.
Ambrose, Miz.
Drifter.
The Drifter. Titus.
How many is that? 4?
4. Jeff Hardy.
Cesaro.
Cesaro. There you go.
Good job.
Well done, everybody. Let's see here. Discord club designer Manuel Garcia de Paredes says, what is the chance they actually make Slater and Rhino join The Miz? There's a part of me, I thought Slater might have turned on Rhino to get that IC title shot. But now, 0. He might have wrote that during the show.
Evil Larson. It's been almost 3 years.
Isn't that just Larson? Because you're a son of a bitch.
That's rude.
Wow.
It's been almost 3 years since the Roman Reigns experiment started, and the fans still aren't behind him. Do you think at this point the boos are warranted, or are they force of habit?
That's a good question.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both there. I think people are still bored with him. The people that boo are still bored with him, still don't want him shoved down our throats. But they're also kind of, it's sort of what you do now. Let's see here. Already kind of answered that one. Kind of answered that one, but I'll bring it up anyways because it was upvoted 5 times. Lachlan the Shagger Shurak. Do you guys believe they are now effectively using the Titus brand to help push superstars such as Akira Tozawa? Is now in line for a cruiserweight title shot after aligning himself? You just answered your own question. Yeah, man. People love that stuff. People actually popping for it. It's great. I want some French fries.
Interesting.
Nemo, the Universal Kidney Punching Champion. We haven't had the number 2 lately from Del Taco.
Well, if you want to go to Del Taco for lunch, I'll go with you. I brought lunch. No, we can go.
I'm going to have freaking pizza tonight because of Devin's birthday. I can't have Del Taco and pizza in the same day.
Well, just get a reasonable option.
I could.
Get a reasonable option at Del Taco.
With my title being stripped by Steve here Thursday, my question is, what is the saddest moment where a superstar had to give? Ooh, good question. Oh, that'd be good for a count out.
You haven't finished the question.
Top 10 title vacancies. What is the saddest moment where a superstar had to give up their title?
Oh, Daniel Bryan. We need to give up the world title. That was a bummer.
Daniel Bryan. We had Finn Balor. Because Daniel Bryan had to do it twice. The world title and the IC title.
Yeah.
Ooh. Finn, Seth, Shawn Michaels, when he lost his smile. He didn't have to, though. He was just being sad. Didn't Triple H have the IC title when him and... I don't know if he had to give it up or if it was vacated.
When he tore his quad?
When he tore his
quad. They were tag champions for sure.
I thought, weren't they still heavyweight and IC
Could
champs?
Be.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to think about that one. That might be a good count out.
That would be a good count out.
Top 10 saddest.
Next time there's a title vacancy, we'll cover it. The social pariah heel TGX. So the build to Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe has been electric so far. How do we keep the momentum going into great, as he put it, testicles of fire? They could do what they did last night for the next 4 weeks, and I'd be into it.
It'd be fantastic.
Let them fight.
It'd be great. We're going to get a bunch of interviews, though. We're going to get a bunch of backstage interviews with Michael Cole.
We'll probably get that at least once. We'll see some more. I thought I read somewhere, and this could be me imagining things again.
Oh, man. From Larson's dream
that
dirt sheet.
Lesnar was going to be on all the Raws leading up to Great Balls.
Really?
That's what I thought I read.
Oh, man.
I read a lot of wrestling news during the course of the week.
Hold on. I think I actually read I think he might be out the next one, but then the remaining
everything else. Yeah, it was like a vast majority of them. So they will probably have more, at least, if it's Samoa Joe and Paul Heyman going back and forth doing promos, that's still good stuff.
Yeah. No, I know. I'll take anything Samoa Joe's. And when Samoa Joe's in a main event right now, it's great. I like this question. Magnum TA champion Nathan Ragland. How do you guys think Sanity should debut when they get called up?
I mean, if you'd asked me that 6 months ago, I would have said against the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
But right now,
there is no Wyatt family now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they went to SmackDown and feuded with the New Day? And then maybe we could get that. You know, we never really got that New Day Wyatt family feud.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, no, I agree.
We really wanted. Tommy T. So after the amazing Dominion pay-per-view and WWE putting on consistently good matches in both of your individual opinions, who are your top 5 wrestlers in the world today?
Oh, okay. Easy. And this is in no order. I'm not going to give this an order.
Yeah.
Okada, Omega, Styles, Ricochet.
Seth.
Hard not to say Seth. But you know what? Seth hasn't really been electrifying me lately. I might say Samoa Joe.
That's a good answer too.
But you know what? I'm not going to say Samoa Joe. Yeah, it's hard not to take him for granted. I'm going to say my own personal preference, even though it's like he does not like gangbusters in the ring, but I really love him in the ring, and everything else, Aleister Black. Personal favorite right now in terms of what I like.
Okay.
But then the other 4 are actually the best wrestlers in the world right now.
Yeah, I agree with those 4.
I'm trying to find a place for taking Time Bomb and Kushida.
Put Pete Dunne in there right now.
Pete Dunne. Oh, God. Such a good choice. Well done. Let's see here.
Here we go. Jason the Cabbie. Why does WWE feel the need to screw around a good thing? Akira Tozawa was getting over just fine on his own, even being able to elicit reaction out of 205 Live's usually dead on their hands crowd. However, it appears they're going to stick him eventually with Titus Brand, which is entertaining, but feels like he's easily the most over of the 3, which is not a good look for Titus. I'm sure they are aware of that situation, and I'm sure they will... Sorry, I'm not sure. I hope they will use that to enhance an interesting storyline.
Look, I'll put it this way. I am totally willing to give them the benefit of the doubt because they've done more with Apollo Crews over the past couple of weeks than anybody has ever done. And it's, for me personally, it's really, really working.
Oh, it's been great.
Vastly entertaining. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, me too. And I'm hopeful that based on what they've done so far, they can make an interesting storyline. And if last night's any indication, Tozawa's performance was on point.
Oh, yeah,
for sure. We're going to be in for some interesting television in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Like if they bring Apollo Crews and have a couple matches in 205 Live, perhaps, kind of that.
Yeah, it'd be great to see Titus and Apollo Crews show up on 205 Live.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be awesome.
I know. It'd be good. Let's see here. Tyler Farrar, the Fellas Group Chat Predictions Champion. Let's see here. With the opening segment almost identical to the Taker-Brock Brawl segment from July 2015, where Taker ended up beating Brock at SummerSlam, is this a sign that we may be seeing Joe win the title at Great Balls of Fire? WWE has a history of doing things in build-ups that can help predict the outcome of pay-per-view. They're also wildly unpredictable, so
here's a reason, for whatever reason, that four-way match at SummerSlam that I may have imagined stuck in my head.
Okay.
Because it could have been a way to get the belt off Brock without him getting pinned.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So that's why it stuck in my head. Yeah. Otherwise, I probably would have forgot about it. Say it's...
Are you saying that you made it up, or you actually read it?
I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere, but I can't source it, so I could have made it up.
Yeah.
But if they did that match, then you have Strowman and Lesnar that can kind of take each other out of the equation, and you're left with Balor and Seth Rollins. Balor could pin Seth again, be Universal Champion. Brock doesn't need a pin, doesn't look weak.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to Hell in the Cell in October. Lesnar can have a one-on-one match against Balor, get the belt back off him.
Yeah. There's a million. Here's my thing. There's a million ways they can go. I really just don't want them to take the straight path from A to B.
I agree.
To WrestleMania.
I agree.
That's all I care about.
I agree.
Let's make some things interesting. Let's get that Universal title on a couple of guys who you want to see in that lineage.
Yeah.
It's a brand new lineage.
I know.
I had all of 3 people.
Yeah. No. Finn, Owens, Goldberg,
Owens, and
Lesnar.
Owens, the longest.
Or if they're really happy with the Samoa Joe Lesnar feud, take Rollins out of that 4-way match and put Samoa Joe in. Have Samoa Joe in it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of options.
Oh, here we go. Andrew Mullen, Empire of Cleanliness. Andrew Mullen says, I graduated high school this weekend. Nice. So I came up with some questions for you guys. Imagine through some misfortune that you had to relive high school. What 3 wrestlers would you want in your close circle of friends? And which wrestler would you like to give a commencement speech at graduation?
The second question, Xavier Woods.
I'll say John Cena. No, I want Triple H to give my commencement speech, but full heel Triple H. Number 1, I had a good time in high school, and I would love to relive it. That'd be cool because like all the stuff that I know now, I'd run that place. It'd be great.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I should re-enroll. It always cracks me up when you hear those stories about dudes who you find out they're 30 and they enrolled in high school. They're acting like they're 17. It's like, how do you not know that guy's 30 years old?
Doesn't it only happen in movies?
No, it happened some dude was playing basketball and he turned out he was 30 years old, or he's playing baseball or something.
That's weird.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very
often.
So
3 wrestlers would be our friends in high school.
Right. Sasha Banks, because she plays wrestling video games.
Like we did in high school.
AJ Styles, because he has Virtual Pro Wrestler 2.
Yes.
And one more. And Braun, because nobody's going to mess with me if Braun's my friend.
Can't top that.
Can't top that.
That's good.
Who wouldn't want those friends?
Oh, you read that one already?
Couple more. Oh, here's a good question. From Get 'em Buck. What's up, guys? Quick question. Is Miz a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
First ballot
headliner. I came to play.
The trickster, Mr. Lipkin. Who would benefit more from a turn? Bray turning face or Dean turning heel?
Dean turning heel.
Yes.
James the Highland Scott. First time Patreon question from Inverness, Scotland. What's your guilty pleasure match? A match that everyone crapped on, but you enjoyed more than you probably should have. He says his is Cena versus Rock at Mania 28.
A match that everybody crapped on, but I enjoy.
Okay, so we reviewed Bash of the Beach 94 this past week. And matches like Hogan Flair, where they exceed their expectations, it's totally easy to look at, Bash of the Beach 94, Hogan Flair, a bunch of old men stumbling about. But they actually kind of put a lot into that match.
Yeah.
So I'll go with something like that.
Did you look up what Meltzer gave that match? Star-wise?
No, I didn't.
Star rating-wise?
I would think he would have had to have given it 4. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind offhand, specifically.
I enjoyed House of Horrors.
You did?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I thought it was pretty ridiculous, which is why you enjoyed it.
I know. See, I like that. I can totally appreciate.
Here's a good question.
All that crap.
Matt Edwards. Hey, friendos, first-time patron. Thank you very much. Word on the dirt sheet is that WWE is considering making John Cena a free agent, meaning he'll be able to appear on both Raw and SmackDown.
He gave it 3.25 stars.
Okay. If this happens tomorrow, on Tuesday, could Roman's possible announcement next week on Raw potentially be a challenge to John Cena at SummerSlam, or is it too soon after his win over The Undertaker?
Oh, that's interesting.
To have Roman go over Cena already.
Because you know what they did? They did a Cena package. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah, he's coming back 4th of July.
And they specify that he's a free agent. I didn't actually see the package. I looked for it on their YouTube channel. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I didn't look on the Hulu version.
I don't think it was a package. It was just like a brief little
announcement thing,
commercial type
but
deal.
But it said he's a free agent.
He can go on either brand.
How does that work?
He's John Cena.
He was drafted to SmackDown.
He was undrafted during the Superstar Shakeup.
Roman versus Cena at SummerSlam.
There was something. This I remember. This is on Cage Side Seats.
No.
I did read this morning. This is for sure because I just looked on Cage Side Seats. Look, there's John Cena right there. And according to them, WWE is thinking of having John Cena feud with Jinder Mahal sometime between his July 4th return to SummerSlam. So it doesn't mean that Cena Reigns won't happen at SummerSlam, but it seems like he might be busy.
Look at that second bit right there.
Yeah.
Officials are happy with the start of the Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar feud and are open to extending it past Great Balls if ratings and fan interest is there. Fantastic. That's good stuff.
Oh, it's been great so far.
Yeah, it's been really good.
One more question, then time for Kayfabe Corner.
Look at all these awesome. Got all the things here.
You're so distracted by that.
I know I am. Find another question.
I'm looking.
Find it.
Oh, we already answered that one. Chris Kimmel. He answers a question that I asked earlier. With Finn Balor not being on the show because on a promotional tour, who do you think his next feud will be with when he gets back? So let's assume Reigns and Cena is going to happen at SummerSlam. Let's take Reigns out of the equation. Okay. Let's assume the four-way match that I may have imagined at SummerSlam isn't happening for the Universal title.
Okay.
So Finn has nothing to do. The Universal title is going to be Lesnar Strowman.
Okay.
That's set.
Okay.
Reigns Cena. That's set.
Yeah.
Are we going to see
Finn Bray?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Finn Bray.
Yeah.
It's got to be Finn Bray. Done.
Done.
All
Kayfabe
right.
Corner time.
Kayfabe, what is Kayfabe Corner?
It's only the
Larson?
greatest pro wrestling trivia challenge there is.
Well, that's true. That's good. So this week
12 names, some real, some fake.
For the $10
2 bonus questions.
The $10 and up patrons get to vote. We put 2 names in front of y'all every week, and you get to vote. And this week I put Akira Tozawa, the 2 members of Titus Brand, not including Titus himself, Akira Tozawa and Apollo Crews, and overwhelmingly the winner was, in fact, Akira Tozawa. So that's what I did. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1.
Hold
on. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Willie Saint.
Real.
Fake. Masked Buddy.
Real.
Very good. Cube X.
It's an interesting name.
I know.
Real.
Fake. Hair Mask.
Fake.
Yeah. Magnum Kyoto.
Real.
Good. Night Scare.
Ooh. Real.
Fake. There is, in fact, a guy named Frightmare.
Oh, that, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard of that guy before.
I just changed it. All right, next. Yellow Devil Spider.
That's got to be real.
It's real. Cyber Kong.
Fake.
Real. Green Ant.
Fake.
Real.
Really?
Yeah. Fire Spider.
Real.
Fake.
Jeez.
Queen Ant.
Real?
Fake.
Oh my gosh, how many fakes are there?
Worker Ant.
Real.
Real.
How many fakes were on your list?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Really? Seemed like a lot more than that.
6 and 6.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Is that all of them?
That's everything.
Wow, that was not good.
Ouch! 2 trivia questions.
Yeah.
One you definitely won't get. The other one, maybe. Number 1. During his first year wrestling, Tozawa teamed up with a wrestler named Vangelis. What was Vangelis' gimmick?
Is he a composer?
No, but good guess. A Nazi male stripper. Number 2. The Nightmare Violence Connection was the tag team name for Tozawa and whom?
Do I know this person?
Yes.
Nightmare Violence Connection?
Yes.
Kota Ibushi.
Kevin Steen.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was in PWG.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think
the
of
DDT 4 tournament.
That's interesting.
Tag team tournament.
That'd be a good tag team. I was trying to think because I think Tozawa wrestled in Dragon's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I only got 5. What'd you get last week?
I got a lot. I did good last week. I got like 10 or something.
It wasn't that much.
I think I did. I think I did really good last week.
Well, I think you got like 8 or 9.
Might have been 9.
All right, I'll say 9.
I'm sure it was like 11.
I think I'm up 2.
What? Wait a second. What? Oh, that's with next week left to go. Okay. Nice. All right, good.
I completely lost count, so I could be off.
All right, well, time to do a bonus episode for the patrons. Today we're going to count down the top 10 Roman Reigns announcement things that are probably going to be at Raw next week.
Yes.
So, but for the rest of you, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.